I love wrestling.
Check us out.
And you love wrestling?
We love wrestling? Watch that shit, bitch.
I'm even rapping. My name is Naomi. If I love wrestling,
You love wrestling.
Then we love wrestling.
Then we love wrestling.
We love wrestling.
We love wrestling. We love wrestling.
And we love wrestling.
We love wrestling.
We love wrestling.
we love wrestling.
I told you.
Oh, we love wrestling. Nicole, guess what? We live, baby.
Oh, I'm not good on no camera.
You ain't got to get on the camera at all. You know what I'm saying? We Love Wrestling Weekly, just a little live thing we gonna do for you right before Raw. You know, I got Nicole on my right hand. I introduced her, but I usually let y'all know who she is, and she introduced herself. So, you know, she'll give it to you.
What's up? This is Nicole from We Love Wrestling and also Down for the Count. Also just check us out if you haven't already. We just recorded our 300th episode. So that's going to be dropping soon.
300.
Yeah.
You say 300?
Yep, 300.
Yo, let's talk about this. Down for the Count. Y'all been out here. How long y'all been doing it?
I think it's like 4 years now.
4 years, 300 episodes. What was the 300 episode about? You know, a look back.
No, but it's just we just talking shit like we normally do. We do talk a little bit. We kind of break down our analytics, kind of talk about our demographic, which I was very surprised about. Most of our audience is males for some reason, despite
Maybe
all
'cause
the.
Y'all three good looking women. They want to see y'all. You know.
Besides all the crap that we talk, but yeah, we kind of talk about, you know, we're a little bit where we want to go, kind of talk about a little bit current, a little bit of everything. We spent an alarming amount talking about the Jeff Hardy and Trish storyline for back in the day.
Oh, snap.
Because Tiff had no idea that happened.
Oh.
And then like Alexis and I was like that was like I was rooting for them. I was rooting for Jeff. I was like that was my Roman Empire, was that whole thing. But yeah, you know, we do what we always do, you know, kind of talk about something, kind of go off on a tangent. We talked about Tony Khan a little bit because we felt like, you know, things with him needed to be addressed.
What's going on with T Khan?
I think everybody knows what's going on with Tony. What's going on with Tony is that he doesn't need to be on Twitter.
Oh, snap.
And this is like, you know, not to be like, you know, I'm not even trying to be shady to the point where it's like, obviously, dude is probably stressed out. So it's like, you know, get off the internet, have somebody run your social media for you, and just worry about your business.
Yo, but you don't like that he's shooting shots? I mean, he just out here. I'm like, yo, we got T Khan just going crazy. You know, I told people I ain't messing with Tony Khan because, you know, he's the Jacksonville Jaguar owner. We saw what happened this weekend. We lost our quarterback, whatever. But, you know what I'm saying? I don't mess with him because of that right there, and I can't like him because of that main fact right there. You feel me?
Yeah, and it sucks because, so in case people didn't see, I went to Collision this past Saturday. I was very, very last minute. Very last minute. I did not think I was going to be able to get to go, but I did.
Did you get a good seat, though?
Yeah, we had good seats. We were in the low 100s. I'm waiting to for them to load the on demand for it. Because especially TV side, especially during Ricky and I keep want to call him Edge, and in Copeland's segment like that, that's like they were facing my section. But we were just out of camera view, but I'm trying to see if they raised the cameras a little bit. But I was like, oh, these people were all directly in front of me. So, still gotta see if I can see me. So that's, TBT for that.
You gotta see if you could be seen on the TV.
Yeah, I had a couple of people that was like, I was like, I don't know if I'm in the right section to be shown on TV, but I was like, just in case. I gave them the people who had signs and shit that was around me.
Oh, okay. So how did you feel about Collision?
I mean, I've been saying this for a while. We've been saying this for a while. Obviously, Collision seems like a more together product than Dynamite, which makes no sense since Dynamite is the flagship show. It was just kind of odd because when we first got there, I got there about 30 minutes before TV. So there was a Ring of Honor match before, and then they switched everything out. So it was Angelico, and I can't remember who else. Because again, we were busy trying to get situated, and then it obviously turned into Dynamite. And then after that, it went to Ring of Honor again. And then it was, I only stayed for the first match. And then I was like, I'm exhausted. I gotta go home.
You left after the first match?
Huh?
You left after
I was tired of the Ring of Honor one. Yeah, I was tired.
Oh, because it comes on after they do.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, I gotta go home. But the only reason I stayed because it was Mercedes Martinez versus Marty Bell. But what I didn't like about it is that they gave Marty Bell like a jobber entrance. Like she ain't really out here working. So I was like kind of peeved about that.
Right. As she's talking, I'm just showing y'all pictures and photos from Down for the Count. Down for the Count 19 Twitter, where she was sitting at and everything. So, I don't know if she can be in the TV camera frame, but maybe, possibly. But go ahead, Nicole.
But yeah, so I didn't necessarily like that too much for Marty Bell because I feel like I was like, she been out here working for a minute, like that's trash. But the Collision, Tony came out. Tony came out twice. He came out.
He came out before and after, didn't he?
Yeah, he came out before. He came out after. He came out before. Said blah blah blah. He's excited to come to Toledo because of where it might be a small place, but we're again, and I say this before, I was like, but we're a wrestling area. Yeah, a lot of small promotions. We have a lot great schools. Trey Miguel's school that he's affiliated with and is a trainer at. I was like Trey Miguel also is trained there, which I also trained there.
Because you were
and then
people don't know, right?
Yes. Okay. So we be out here, we be moving silent. But we be out here doing our thing. But yeah, it was weird. I don't like some of the floor seating. I know that's a very weird thing to nitpick at, but it was faced a long ways, like theater seating. I was like, I kind of don't like that. But so obviously next time I go, since we got pretty good price for these tickets, I was like, I want to be on the ramp, but I have to be able to look at the floor plan because I don't want to be on the inside. I'm better be sitting on the outside, but
inside by where the wrestlers come down at?
Yes. Big Adam Copeland got a pop. got a huge pop.
I'm calling that man.
I know. I was one of them because I haven't seen Adam. I haven't seen Adam wrestle live since I was like a kid. I don't think, or like in person, like since I was a kid. So I was gonna pop for that. When you see that. I screamed abnormally loud for Ricky Starks. I one of the 2 or 3 times I busted out this poor little girl's eardrums that was sitting next to me.
You already start singing. That's crazy.
Her father thought it was the most hilarious thing in the world. So, but yeah, it was like, we had a good time. Shout out to my friend who got the tickets. Appreciate you. But yeah, it was a good time. The one thing that I was very shocked but unshocked about how low of a reception Keith Lee got with a live audience.
Wait, whoa. What'd you say?
Like low, like very like it was like crickets. Like how people was saying like everyone likes to make fun and say like, oh, they go to the women for the bathroom breaks. They were going insane during that Sky Blue and Chris Statlander match. Insane. The crowd. Like I was shocked because I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to scream at somebody. But Sky Blue was the crowd favorite, as she should be.
And they trying to turn her heel.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Clear, like people are like screaming for her. And it was nice to see because we Sky Blue supporters over here. So I love to see that. But yeah, people stayed up. But as soon as that Keith Lee match started, everybody was going to go get refills. Going to go get some pizza at that Trash Marco's in Huntington Center, which I was one of those people. But
have they did anything to make you care about Keith Lee though?
Yeah, that's my point.
Because I mean, maybe he had some issues, but it's been starting, stopping. They haven't. I don't believe they've done anything to make me care about Keith Lee right now. They got him going with the STP thing, but him and Swerve were like evolving around each other that first like year or whatever, 9 months, however long it's been. They was around each other for a long time. They got the tag titles. I don't know what happened. Keith Lee just disappeared. Then he was with Dustin Rhodes for like 2 weeks. Then he disappeared again. Now he's saying Collision Saturday nights is the fight night. That's for him. But if you saying you was at the show and he got a low reception, like I watched it on TV, and I hate to say this, I didn't really care about the Keith Lee match. I don't even remember who he faced.
I didn't either. They had, I can't remember his name, but he's a local talent, and I feel bad for forgetting old guy's name because he's a pretty decent wrestler. I've seen him a couple times, but it was just like okay, like what is this for? Because I was every match or every segment, I was like, okay, I gotta sit here, like I gotta watch this. Like obviously I'm not getting up during a segment that has Christian, Adam Copeland, and Ricky Starks. I'm not getting my butt up during a Sky Blue and Chris Statlander match. I ain't getting my butt up to see Christopher Daniels and Bullet Club Gold. Like,
excuse me, the Bang Bang Gang.
Yeah, literally. Like there was like so many. I was like, okay, I gotta sit here. So by like that time, it's like, okay, and after that, like you knew, okay, the Christian and Brian Danielson, and you like, and I was like, my ass is gonna be in a seat for that match. So it was like, I didn't care. Like honestly, CJ Perry's little segment got a better reaction.
Then Mr. Lee.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Sheesh. What you said earlier, like that's my thing about Saturday night. Like Collision's great. So when I went to the Collision I went to, they had the Chicago Street Fight. Maybe that was the first Collision, and they was like, "Yo, Athena versus Kiera Hogan." But by the time they got to that, it was like damn near 11:30, and that's in that's Chicago time.
Yeah.
So I was already like, man, I'm tired in a mug. I need to leave. But like the Collision show, I do like it. Let me ask you this about did Ricky Starks really get on their edges? I mean, Adam, no, I'm calling him Edge. That's that. Just because you move companies, I still know you as Edge. I'm gonna look at you like Edge. You know what I'm saying? You've been Edge for over 20 plus years. But did Ricky Starks really get under Adam Copeland? I just called him Adam Copeland, all respect. Did he get under his skin though?
I think maybe because it was like, when you're at, and this is for like, all of us, who've gone to a significant amount of shows, and you can tell when the energy shifts during a segment. Because we were watching, because I didn't hear, because I heard the rock, but I didn't hear the vanilla rock part.
Oh.
Like no one, and then it was someone who was sitting in front of me, and they were saying, it was like during commercial break, they were watching it, they were like, did you hear this? And we were like, no, we didn't even hear that, because it seemed like it was so much going on in the ring. Like everybody was like I'm glad like at home, like people could like hear it clear, but some of it seemed like they were just boom boom boom, like trying to talk right over each other. So that's why I was like, I was like, why are they talking over, like, again, like it was not like the segment was bad, it was good, but I was like, why are they talking over each other so much? So he possibly could have, honestly.
Just watching the people was like, oh man, they really he really got to Edge with Adam Copeland with that line and everything. And I just went back and watched it, and I was like, dang, are they really got beef out here? What's going on?
But at the same time, it's like, what you getting mad for?
Back.
It's nothing like, it's not nothing like crazy. Not like he called Beth Phoenix, out of her name or something.
You want to know why? Because he's SAW. No, I ain't gonna do it. But yeah, I mean, Ricky Starks, man, like, let me say it again. I don't know if I said it enough. I'm happy he got an actual championship. I'm not messing with the FTW championship. They always tell you it's not recognized by nothing. So no, I'm not counting that as a championship reign. But shout out to him having some actual gold in AEW. Hope he gets some more gold. You know what I'm saying? I would love for him to get that TNT title at some point. Edge can take it off of, he can take it off Christian. Ricky Starks can come back around, take it off of Edge. You want to put somebody over, put Ricky Starks over. He needs some real gold. Don't forget what he did with MJF in that World Championship thing. But Ricky Starks,
I didn't know they were doing shit with that ring.
The Dynamite, I don't know.
Yeah.
Ricky won it last year, but MJF still had it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
They got another battle royal coming up. You know what I'm saying?
I got a small little pop because when that Dustin Rhodes segment come on, I said, I know a goddamn minute he is not wrestling for this. How old is this man? And my little area over there apparently thought that was hilarious. I was like, honestly, y'all stop laughing too loud because somebody gonna come over here and tell us to be quiet.
Facts. You went to Collision this weekend, but a lot of shit happened this weekend, Nicole.
Yeah.
A lot of shit happened this weekend. Like some big shit happened this weekend. Like
we talk about SmackDown.
Yeah.
Talking about the Indies.
Let's start with SmackDown. We'll come to the Indies after SmackDown.
So I feel like, there's a lot going on in the Indies.
It is. That's why we can get
paying attention.
We can get SmackDown out the way real quick because throw up them one.
Oh, hold on. Before we do that, and I just want to segue, I just want to say congratulations to Janai Kai.
The Kai of Janai.
Yeah, she is the MLW. I always mix up this title name, and it's the. I'm gonna sound like an idiot. I think it's the middleweight, middle something
Oh,
weight. It's a weird. It's a weird. Yeah, it's like a weird. I can never say it right. But shout out to her. She won it.
It's the MLW Featherweight Championship.
Yes, that's what it is.
The highlight clip from it, because you know what I'm saying. As soon as I was so Saturday night I fell asleep, right? I wake up, it's about 9 o'clock and everything. You know, I'm on the timeline and they like the mystery challenger is Janai Kai. I flip. I'm like, oh shit. Do I buy Flight Plus right now just so I can watch this match? You feel me? I'm sitting there going. I'm watching the timeline, looking at everything. I don't see nothing. And then I see a tweet from somebody that say, Janai Kai, congratulations. And the only thing that came to my head is, yo, in her debut for MLW, she come in and win a championship. She's associated with Selena De La Renta, you know what I'm saying? But in her debut, that's how you debut Janai Kai. You bring her in, you let her be a monster like she is the kick demon, and you give her championship gold. And she got it. She's the new featherweight champion for MLW.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? We was just
I had to
talking
hit her with that
in like June, I believe, and she was talking about how she had never had a championship. You know what I'm saying? It was first time.
Yeah, it was on here.
You know, ladies' night out. That was her first championship. Now she's the MLW featherweight champion, and she did it in a dominant fashion in a match against Delmi Exo. Shout out to Delmi. Took the MLW championship overseas. Had many title defenses. She was a double champion with the WXW championship, women's championship, but she did not beat Janai Kai on Saturday. So Janai Kai, congratulations from us to you. Big champ vibes.
So happy for her.
We got some more shout outs to do, but I just want to get SmackDown out the way because when I get into the indies, we gonna get into the indies. Roman back, acknowledge him. Shout out to my dude.
Oh my god.
Hold on, what's that about? Why you doing that?
Don't start. Yeah.
We ain't acknowledging.
I'm glad he remembered how to get to work this week.
Yo, he's worked to get the contract that he got, so he's doing the same. Do not hate that man for that.
I'm gonna shade him a little for it. I'm shade him a little for it. I'm always shade him a little bit for it.
He on his B Lesnar right now. You know what I'm saying? Get that B Lesnar.
That's right. Ain't nothing I wouldn't say to him.
Okay. What else we had going? You know what I'm saying?
We got GMs back. Thank God.
We got GMs. We got Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis, former NWA champion.
I thought they was gonna hide him in the back. I said, oh shit.
Former Impact champion. Nick Aldis. Got that man right over there doing this. He did a short stint in Impact, and now he's the GM of SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? I mess with Nick Aldis, you know what I'm saying? I wonder is he gonna be
Same, he good wrestler.
Huh?
Shout out to it's crazy. 2 former NWA champions are the current Raw and SmackDown GMs.
Facts. You know what I'm saying?
With another NWA former champion as a tag team champion.
Facts. I truthfully thought that Cody was gonna trade himself to SmackDown, but Kevin Owens is the person that they traded to SmackDown. So shout out to them for doing a twist with it. Roman and Cody, they did meet up in the aisle. Also, you saw Jimmy and Jay, met up at the entrance ramp. So, I feel like those are your two Mania matches right there. I don't know where Solo fits in at, but I feel like you get Jimmy versus Jey Uso. And I feel like, I hate to say it, yeah. But yeah, those are two main event matches right there because we still waiting on Jimmy and Jay to like really go at it. Jimmy done super kicked this bro. Jay done super kicked this bro. So they had super kicks on each other, and that's really been it. You know what I'm saying? Even when they had before Fastlane, they didn't touch when they had the big Rumble 4-on-4 out there. If we can give a second to WWE, shout out to y'all. This caused a whole lot of commotion on Twitter that I saw on Saturday, but shout out to my man Seahawk because football was on, so I didn't really worry about it. Jade was in the backstage segment on SmackDown.
Talk to him about it.
And she went face to face with Charlotte. So Charlotte was in the segment. Charlotte has a championship match next week against Io Sky. As Charlotte turned around, Jade was right there, and it was like, boom. How you doing? Pleasure to meet you. Oh, it will be. You know what I'm saying? Triple H like, hey. And they just walked away from each other. That right there. Hell of a segment to have her in on SmackDown. But online, now let's not even talk about online. Nicole, how do you feel about WWE's presentation of Jade compared to what you saw with the dub as of right now?
So before people start, obviously she's able to have this be able to be built up like this because of what she's done in AEW. We'll just put that out there. We'll call it a spade with that. On the other hand, the presentation is seamless, and that's one thing that people need to remember with WWE, regardless of how much they want. And, we all want AEW to succeed, to have, more people have jobs, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, he got a KO shirt on. But at the same time, this is the big leagues. And that's not to talk down, but this is the presentation is different. How they walk and talk, the energy is different. And they're making her a big deal. Like, obviously, they made it a big deal when how they announced the signing and all that, but how her presentation, they're looking at her like, yes, she's already signed to this company, but here are various people trying to scout her for their respective brand. Like, you got Sean talking to her, personally having her on NXT. You had Hunter personally having her on Fastlane, her personally getting invited to. I don't think she showed up on Raw yet. Has she?
No, it's Raw season premiere, so she has. I figure.
Yeah, so she might show up tonight. But yeah, she showed up to SmackDown, and I think, and what it is showcasing like, okay, like we're going to strap the rocket to her wherever we plop her down at, regardless. The engine, like, someone's already there with a lighter ready to go as soon as they find a spot to plop her.
So, like me, I feel like, you could put Jade on Raw, SmackDown, whatever. They talking about a big WrestleMania match. I still feel like, and I said this a few weeks ago, you can let her go into the Rumble and have an impressive showing, but also the match for me, and you let her show her strength, is Jade versus Nia Jax.
Yeah.
So you have like Nia Jax doing her thing in the Rumble, taking people out. Jade comes in, she get one or two people out of there, and then they see each other. Jade can eliminate Nia Jax. Nia Jax is out the Rumble, but Nia is upset. You know what I'm saying? So Nia does her trickery so she can get Jade out, and then you set them two to go straight onto a collision course. And that's just how I truthfully feel about that. So, because people like, oh, you put Jade in a big WrestleMania match. If you don't do that with her with a big Mania match, the next logical match is bring her into the Rumble. She eliminates Nia Jax. Nia Jax is mad. Nia Jax does some trickery to make Jade get out the Rumble too. Then you set them two up feuding with each other. And as that time's going, you got Jade on the road and at the Performance Center working their way out, because you know they do them refs before they actually get the match done. So hey, like I saw the Braun Strowman Omos match in Louisville before they did it on Crown Jewel, and that match in Louisville was cracking too. So what else happened on SmackDown? Cody and Jay, they won their match. I said this a while ago, but now that they're back, I dig Pretty Deadly.
I love Pretty Deadly. I think it's a very, very big missed opportunity having them on SmackDown and not on Raw with Seth Rollins.
Putting them with Seth?
Yes.
Why do you think they'd go with Seth?
I don't think they need it. And again, Seth obviously doesn't need it. But obviously the energy and the outfits and just the way they all are. I was like, that could be such a fun, untapped dynamic. And I think also Seth would do a really good job molding them and getting them ready for the future. So, in my opinion, I would have, Jesus Christ, I would just like to not see Judgment Day suit the least the first 10 minutes of Raw. I would love it. Anyways, I think that's huge untapped potential.
So Seth Rollins is Pretty Deadly. You think that would? I can see it. But Seth is. Would you turn Pretty Deadly to baby faces, or you keep them heels?
Yeah. No, I would turn them babyface. They've been a heel since they've been with WWE. Turn them face.
Okay.
They've never, the whole time they were at NXT UK, they were heels. They were heels and regular and NXT, they're heels. They've been heels the entire time they've been here so far.
And their backstage segments and everything are pretty funny. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I've seen those. So, I dig the backstage segments. Sami Zayn out here by himself because KO on SmackDown. What else happened on SmackDown? Anything else worth talking about?
I don't know. I didn't watch SmackDown. It was at Collision. So all I've seen was clips. And that's, obviously no shade.
Collision was on
all
Saturday.
I've seen,
Collision was on Saturday. SmackDown was on Friday.
It's on all them days blended together for me. I had a lot going on this weekend. I had a girls' night on Friday. I was drinking a lot of specialty cocktails. I was having my homie keep me updated on SmackDown, if anything important, and he only texted me when Nick Aldis popped up and when Jade popped up. So I was like, that's all I needed now.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a lot of going. It was just a lot of going on with wrestling this week.
So we back on the indie talk. Here we go. Indie news. What has happened? Nicole, I don't know if you know. If I say 1,338 days, does that mean anything to you?
It does.
What does that mean to you?
Are we talking about the Pan-African?
Yeah, we talking about that. Trisha Dora this weekend. Her reign of 1,338 days was ended by Mr. Shug Dunkerton. He is now your new Pan-African World Dysphoria Champion. He won it at their event this past weekend. It soon should be coming to IWTV or YouTube. Look out for that information, but it should be coming soon to where you can watch it. I think he said, I saw him tweet in February, O'Shea Edwards, so that looked like that may be his next contestant for it. If we also talking about the Pan-African, let me shout out my dude Andino. He won in a 6-person ladder match. He retained his Chocolate City Championship in a 6-person ladder match. So shout out to Andino. Still a champion. You know, we love wrestling, rep that. But Shug, yeah, he defeated Trish, who had a hell of a run. I believe if she had 13 matches, We Love Wrestling was at 11. I wasn't at one this past weekend, but you know, world things go on. But all them other boys, I got video of it.
Where's Michael Cole at?
I don't know where Michael Cole is. Which in turn, since Trish lost her belt and Shug is now the new champion, we had this match being presented at Naptown All Pro on October 29th.
You see it?
Jocelyn versus Shug. With Shug winning that championship, this now becomes his first title defense for the Pan-African World Dysphoria Wrestling Championship. This is a breaking update. This was posted an hour ago. This is Monday. Breaking update: Trisha Dora's 1,000+ day reign as the Pan-African World title has ended at the hands of Shug D. Now the new champ makes his first appearance in the deep end versus the most dominant wrestler in NAP, the never pinned and never submitted Jocelyn Navarro. NAP Dreams and Nightmares, Sunday, October 29th. Doors at 1 p.m., 2 p.m. start. To curb gun violence in Indy. Discount tickets are on sale right now at Naptown All Pro. If you want to sponsor a seat for kids, you know, they $10. Let us know. Here at We Love Wrestling, we'll get it together. We will make sure the kids are in the building with those seats to see it. So I'm saying, it's like the way you can wind things up and things just happen. I didn't know Shug was about to be champ. I didn't know he was going to end Trisha's reign. I didn't know our most dominant, undefeated person in Naptown All Pro, Jocelyn, was now getting the championship. This makes this match go from it's a match happening to now it's, a high-profile match because Shug ended that reign. Now Shug is defending the title in the first match against an undefeated person in a federation or a company where she don't lose at. What is that not high profile?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody talking. It's a recognized world championship by PWI. Well, it's coming in NAP. If I think of that, I can't forget in what was it, September of 2020, we had Trish versus Aminata here in NAP. And I tell everybody, I feel like that right there actually steamrolled and started a lot of talk with that Pan-African championship, and matches started happening after that right there. But you know, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's just me talking. We got to shout out Jordan Blade. She is the new Combat Spice United champion, undisputed champion. Her and Masha Slamovich went 3 rounds. In the beginning of the 3rd round, at about the 10 or 11-second mark, she gave Masha a knee, knocked her out. The ref called for the bill. Jordan Blade is the new champion. Shout out to Jordan Blade. Scorpio season, we see you. We see you.
Period.
You know, Scorpio, you know, they tag team name was Scorpio season. So, you know, we mess with them. We mess with them. What else happened this weekend? Ooh-wee. Oh man, I'm blanking. I'm big blanking. Let's go to social media and check out what happened this weekend. Remember I told you I wanted to like go through social at some point and then just look and see what happened with stuff. That's what we're gonna do. Shout out Mims, you know what I'm saying? He the new NWA TV champion. I watch NWA from time to time for certain people. He told me that was his first championship ever, and he's 5 years in the business. Logan Paul called out Rey Mysterio for the U.S. Championship after his whatever they had going on. Over there with the fights that they be doing. That fight was crazy. Stephen Wolf, the leader of the pack, you know what I'm saying? He ended Brian Keith's 834-day reign as the new Texas champion after he won the 6-shooter ladder match, triple threat ladder match, and cashed in later that night. Shout out to him. Yee. What else is going on in wrestling? Anything else I should be talking about here in wrestling before we get off here? I mean, Raw going on. Shayna and Rita fight tonight. I forgot about that. I'm ready to see that.
Well, here goes Royal Rumble for y'all folks that's trekking down to Florida.
I might be. Anything else, Nicole?
No, not that I can think of. Again, you know, shout out to Trish Adora. She's out here making history. I know we spoke to her like a while ago. This is like during the pandemic. Like this is when we had like the old crew. We was part of those folks trying to hype up this belt, and it's just and that was like with her first. I don't want to say defense, but when she first got it, when she beat Darius, and it's just to see how far it's come so far.
Facts. Man, let's talk about it. I saw Trish versus Suge in Indianapolis at Florida Coaching. Then I saw Trish. I saw her a bunch of times defend that belt. They like blanking my mind right now. It was like far apart. But when she was having the matches, you was there. Oh, her and Big Swole. I was in DC, saw that happen. She faced a lot of people. Also, so she lost that belt, but I say it's happening December 1st in Charlotte. They announced the main event. This is from Darius Lockhart's mind. The main event of that card is Trish Adora versus Aja Kong. Y'all know Aja Kong's election. and Trish is going to be facing her. So shout out to that match happening. This war match is going to be happening in 6 matches. Platinum recording artist Luke will be performing. Family fun, black entertainment. If you're out there, get there. Also, like I said, Naptown All Pro. Mission Pro is coming up this weekend. Get out there and support the women. Anything else?
No, that's it. Just continue to watch wrestling. Watch all wrestling. Don't be beholden to one company, one promotion. Broaden your horizons.
You did. Oh, and before we get out, Wednesday, Women in Wrestling. Who are we bringing this week will be Leah Knight. She's a new up-and-coming wrestler out of the North Carolina area. Been following for a while. She had some dope matches out there. I asked her, were you ready for a spotlight? She said, I'm a star. Bring me on. It's a fun conversation that we have on Wednesday. Let's just say it's Scorpio season. So make sure y'all check out Women in Wrestling with Leah Knight on Wednesday. But other than that, Nicole, tell them how they can follow all y'all. I showed them y'all Twitter page and everything, to give them the links and all that stuff, man.
Yeah, you just follow us at Down for the Count 19 on Twitter. On Instagram, you can also follow us on D4TC _podcast. On there, you can search Down for the podcast, Down for the Count podcast. We're on all major platforms that you can listen to podcasts. That includes Apple, Google, Anchor, Spotify, you name it, we are on there.
Facts. You can find us on all social media. We LUV Wrestling, just like the hat say, just like you see on the side over here. Boom. Twitter, we LUV Wrestling 1 or X, whatever you want to call it. I still call it Twitter. Enjoy wrestling, love wrestling, watch wrestling, talk about wrestling. I mean, you can talk about the looks and everything, but a lot of y'all talk about the looks and y'all don't talk about the wrestling. So get y'all life right. But like I always say, this ain't that. This was We Love Wrestling Weekly, and we just did the freestyle.